sat here with the legendary Dave Prowse, aka Darth Vader. Now, before we start talking about Star Wars, which of course that's what everyone wants to talk about, you started off in bodybuilding.
Well, yes, I got very interested in bodybuilding right from when I was a very, very early teenager, and then that developed. It went from sort of just straightforward bodybuilding and a very, very sort of low standard to a higher standard, and then of course it went there to competitive weightlifting, which is quite a big major sport. And then of course from being just sort of competing locally, we became entering in championships all over the place, European Championship, World Championships, and so on.
So, and that of course led on to Mr. Universe then.
Well, I got invited to enter the Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very nice to be a. I think I was actually I did the Mr. Universe contest before I became the British heavyweight weightlifting champion. And that was because, as I said, I went so far as far as the bodybuilding was concerned.
Yeah.
And then I think I got to the stage where, they were coming up to me and saying, well, you've got a great physique, but you've got horrible feet.
Right.
You've got hammer toes and things like this. I said, well, I can't train my toes.
Yeah. Can't do anything about that.
I can't do these sort of things, So I said, knock that on the head, not the competitive bodybuilding on the head.
Yeah.
And go on to competitive weightlifting, and then they became the British heavyweight weightlifting champion. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And they held all sorts of British records, and I held the British records on the deadlift, and picked up 678 and 3/4 pounds, which was a British record at the time. And then it suddenly became
last call for photo shoots.
The British champion and Empire Games champion. Things like this. It was nice.
So that, of course, you started out with the Hammer horror films. Then, in terms of the acting, was that the first thing you did?
Well, it's one of the very beginning. I did some horror films for Hammer.
Yeah, Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah. Monster from Hell, Frankenstein's monster from Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then of course you did a bit of work training other people. You worked with Christopher Reeve on.
That's right.
On Superman.
Christopher Reeve on Superman. That's right. Yeah.
And then the legendary Stanley Kubrick came knocking on your door, didn't he?
Yes, yeah. And Stanley lives up fairly close to Elstree Studios.
Yeah.
And I used to go to Elstree Studios when I was. Lots of the work I was getting was within the Elstree Studios.
Yeah.
Whether it was something small or whether it was something major, it was still at Elstree Studios.
Yeah.
And it was quite regular for me to see Stanley Kubrick there.
All right.
And then of course what happened was I got very, very pally with Stanley Kubrick's secretary, a very, very nice little lady, and
which always helps.
Yeah, which helps. Yeah. And next thing I know, I'm being invited to Stanley Kubrick's house.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
not that Stanley was ever there.
So it must have been a great experience working on a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I like that one. That was a good movie.
And that's.
But they're all way back. It's a long time ago.
Long time ago.
I can't remember much about it, to be honest.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Far, far away. Yeah.
So, and it was from Clockwork Orange that George Lucas noticed you.
Yeah, that's right.
And brought you in to audition for Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I believe he was looking at you for a different role to Darth Vader initially. Is that right? I think didn't he show you this big hairy costume first?
No.
And you said
no. That was Peter Mayhew.
Yes.
Peter Mayhew came in and did that.
Yeah.
That was the Wookiee, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
No, I was never I was never considered for the Wookiee.
Oh right, okay. I thought I'd heard somewhere that he'd show you that first. Well, he'd show you the 2 characters.
Yeah.
And you said, yeah, I'm not really interested in the being stuck in a hairy costume for such a long time. I'll go with the villain.
Yeah.
So, and of course you did that across the 3 films.
That's right. Yeah.
What was your favourite of the trilogy to work on?
What, Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi?
Yeah.
Well, I liked all 3 of them actually, but probably Empire. I think Empire Strikes Back was my favourite of the 3.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And now you get to meet all these great people at conventions.
Traveling around the world, it's amazing, isn't it?
Travel around the world doing it.
Yeah, I know. It's phenomenal.
Before we get out of here, I have to mention a personal note from me, is that I probably should have met you years ago, but back in I think it was around 1986 or 87, my dad was singing on, doing entertainment on the QE2, and you were on the boat.
Yeah.
And he met you all those years ago, and he came back home with your autograph for me, and the 45-inch vinyls of the Green Cross Code song, also signed by you.
Yeah.
And I've still got those to this day. And that, of course, you saved a lot of lives doing that job.
Look, listen,
and think.
He's the Green Cross Code man. He wants you to be safe, and you can if you stop, look, listen, and think. That's what I used to say. If you stop, look, listen, and stink.
Well, I've got on a serious note, because you saved quite a lot of lives doing that job, didn't you?
I know. But I used to have fun with that last word.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of times, Yeah.
Brilliant. Dave Prowse, thank you very much indeed.
My pleasure.